So mitochondriac means that it's a new term coined for us to become a little bit more aggressive about getting our bodies to produce more mitochondria, to get our cells to manufacture and jump up the mitochondria. Okay, so these are the people that are like, I don't like to use the word hacking, but that's what you'll hear, like the biohacking my body. Okay, stretching after a workout is not a biohack. It's just something you should be doing, right? But they're calling it that. Or putting butter in your coffee, that's not a biohack. Okay, that's something that replaces a creamer. Okay, and it has butyric acid, which can benefit the body in a little bit. But you're not doing you're not like the best thing ever when you're doing these biohacks. So what this is it's a solution. Okay, it's a shortcut. There are shortcuts you can take and become a mitochondriac to where every part of your day is focused on creating more cellular energy, to create more mitochondria, to help your body feel better, respond better to foods that you're taking in, and sleep deeper, and block dangerous radiation. Your mitochondria can help you do that. So here's how to do it. I've got tips for you to become a mitochondriac, okay? And not a biohacker.
So we want to be a mitochondriac.
Yes. Oh, we want as much mitochondria as possible.
All those little cells.
We want those little energy factories pumping out on all 8 cylinders. Okay, these are the good guys. So, number 1, become anti-inflammatory rather than pro-inflammatory, okay? So we want to get rid of anything that's pro-inflammatory, that being gluten, sugar, and for some people dairy, and anything artificial. Okay, so that's artificial sweeteners, artificial light, artificial chemicals in fast foods. That's right. So the main premise is that, maybe start with a meal plan or some sort of diet regimen that eliminates a lot of inflammatory foods. Soy is also inflammatory, so choosing foods from the earth that are grown from a plant, that don't require a lot of processing, that don't require a lot of you having to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you should have to do a little bit to make them. Not a lot, but I mean, you should have to boil them. They shouldn't already be in a can that you just pour out in like gooey water into a bowl. No canned vegetables. Let's get some fresh or frozen. And
okay. I know.
And now you can get, this is unprocessed. You could pop open a can of my new favorite. Look at how yummy that looks on the back. See, it actually looks like fish on a platter. Okay, but that kind of stuff, this is like mitochondria stuff. Like this is fast food and it's mitochondria. I don't even need a can opener. They did it for me. I can pop it open. Okay, so what I'm saying is choose foods that are anti-inflammatory that you enjoy. You don't have to eat foods that you don't enjoy. I enjoy these, so that's why I brought them up. But the main thing is that's number 1 as far as to help your mitochondria. If you're going to continue to bring in inflammatory foods, you are going to continue to damage your mitochondria. Sleep is number 2, absolutely essential to enhancing mitochondria, and it's not necessarily the time, like the length of sleep, it's the hours. Remember, the hours of power sleep, the power hours, 9 to 2 or 10 to 2, as close as those you can do. As soon as the sun is gone, you're getting ready for bed. As soon as the sun's coming up, you're getting up, okay? So that's your circadian rhythm rather than your cicada rhythm, as Bunny so aptly likes to call it. But that will boost metabolism and boost mitochondria faster than hardly anything.
I need to try that.
Yeah, that's a good thing for you to try. Number 3, get more ketones pumping. So ketones, whether exogenous or nutritional ketosis, will actually help with mitochondria production. There's research studies behind that. So just another benefit of coming in and out of ketosis, or staying in ketosis, or taking exogenous ketones to see how you feel. Are you noticing anything yet?
Not yet.
We're not quite at 45 minutes, but I didn't know if you felt like a brain zingy or energy or anything like that. Think about how you felt when you got here versus now, okay? Don't have to answer now, but that's
it's going to be like, I'm going to be like this scarecrow. All of a sudden I'm going to go start just reciting all these math
the Red Bull
equations.
You're going to just lift off and
go
away. Okay. And then number 4, hit it. Okay, by hit it, I mean hit it. Like, high intensity interval training. For those of you that can't jump, or you pee when you jump, or your knees hurt, that's okay.
happens
You can still do HIIT training without jumping. I don't mean high intensity. I don't mean high impact. I mean high intensity. So one study found that just 2 weeks of high intensity significantly increased mitochondrial function in skeletal muscle. 2 weeks. So there you go.
So is that every day, or?
Well, it would be like, because really sticking to it. Like, I would recommend HIIT training not be every day. I would recommend it be like more days than not. So I'd like to see somebody do like 4 days of HIIT training, non-consecutive days, so you have breaks in between so your body can recover. But it should definitely not take a long time, because it should be intense. All right.
But that's what I was going to ask, though, because do you recommend, like, if they want to work their arms, you don't want them doing that like 2 days in a row. Right.
So you would do HIIT training like Monday, take off Tuesday, HIIT training Wednesday, take off Thursday, And I am just about to share with you a 12-minute workout that's considered a HIIT workout.
Let's do it.
That anybody can do.
Okay.
I don't know if we want to do it here, but...
I don't mean like do it.
Yeah,
I mean talk about it.
Okay,
because I've been anxious to hear it.
Okay, we're going to get there. Oh, let's just do it. Okay, so 12-minute workout. This is what it's going to be. Since we're talking HIIT, let's just go to there. So I'm dropping down in my notes here.
So this is actually a 12-minute workout that you can do, and you get all the benefits of...
Yeah, and I did it this morning.
Well, of course you did. You probably did it 9 times.
Well, no, I did it for
by
12
6
minutes.
o'clock.
Like I said, it's a 12-minute workout. So
I know, but you probably went, I'll do that again. That was so much fun.
For those of you that have, by the way, we're at Kay's Coffee. Let's just mention that again.
Yes, let's do.
Kay's, and we're drinking Hawaiian hazelnut today. So I'm really loving it.
Very good.
Stop by Kay's for best cup of coffee, fair trade, organic in the Midwest. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tabata style. Have you heard about Tabata style?
Tabata, yes.
Or as the Canadians who I love say, Tabata. And pasta. I love that. I wish I could say that. Can I just start talking like a Canadian?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, David.
Hi, David. David's the
Here's
Kay's
David.
regular here, so he's pop in your head. I think he made this.
She's got us going on.
Yeah, I've got all the blue light emitting right now. I'm covered in radiation here right now. But I've got my safe sleeve, which we'll be talking about in a promo code coming up. So I got to get back to the workout. Okay, Tabata style, 8 rounds, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. This workout, I'll post it on my blog too. So for those of you that don't have a notepad right now and can't write it down, look at all the hearts and likes and shares and stuff.
I know, they're very excited.
Okay.
That's mine.
What you're going to do, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, alternating 2 exercises per set. Okay, so what I have here is push-ups are first, 20 seconds, 10 seconds rest. Then you're going to do
and you just do as many as you can, right?
Yes.
In that 20 seconds.
As many reps as you can in that 20 seconds. Then you do a set of squats. So you've just worked your upper body, now you're working your lower body.
I could do this.
Okay? So you do that 8 rounds. Then you go into the next set. The next set is down dog presses. If you've been into a downward dog position, it's kind of like a V shape. Your butt's up in the air. And do you want to demonstrate?
No, go ahead.
Anyway, Google down dog. But what you're going to do is you're in that V position and you're doing these little presses, trying to bring like the crown of your head to the floor. Okay, it doesn't have to be big, a little tiny, a little tiny, a little tiny, or you can go all the way down for those of you who are powerhouses. Okay, 20 seconds, 10 seconds
as many
rest,
as you can.
As many as you can.
Because you're going as fast as you can,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Okay.
High intensity doesn't have to be high impact. Now, then your other end of that is lunges, alternating lunges. Back and forth, alternating lunges. Now, for those of you with knee issues, step back. Do a reverse lunge. That will keep your knees feeling a little bit better, okay? You can also do it on the Jubo board. Jubo board is a slant board. If you do lunges on that, you will have no knee pain because you're going into an elevated surface, okay? So, alternating those 8 rounds. So it's really like you're doing each thing 4 times in a round, if that makes sense. 20 seconds work, 10 seconds rest, alternating. Last thing, there's only 3 sets of exercises here, is the push-up with a high 5. So you're going to go down to the floor, do a push-up, and then as if somebody's in front of you, just stick your hand out like you're going to high 5 them.
Yeah, just do it because it's just so easy.
No, like if I did it on the wall right here, like for people that can't get down to the floor,
Yeah.
they could come to the wall, they could do a push-up, and then they could high 5 up. Okay, do a push-up, high 5 up. Okay, so even people that can't get down on the floor, they could do it against the wall. You don't have to be down on the floor, so to speak. Okay.
Okay.
So, Then, so there's levels, right? Those are your 3 sets. But for those of you that are really powerhouse, like fitness junkies, I want you to do jump squats, jump lunges, and then also the other end of that push up with the high five with sumo squats, sumo jumps, okay? So those are for like the superstars out there that just want a little more high intensity. Now, those of you that are new to exercise or need to very much modify, do it on an elevated surface like the Jubo board, juboboard.com, and then, or on the wall, okay, that's an elevated surface, or up on some sort of a bar, something that's elevated, so you can do those push-ups there, you can do the down dog there, you could even put your hands on the wall instead of the floor for downward dog and do little presses to the wall, okay? Lots of options for you guys out there that are just new to it. So there's that. 12 minutes is all that takes because each of those rounds is 4 minutes and you're doing 3 sets. So I'll have that and I'll put that on my blog so you have that. But that's a HIIT training workout that will boost your mitochondria. So now that we've done that, let's go back up to the last couple of tips of mitochondria. We've got magnesium.
Can I just throw something in?
No, you're not allowed to talk.
So, by the way, if Jodelle or anyone like her ever calls you in the morning and goes, hey, you want to come work out? Just a reminder that, like what she just said, it's going to happen.
Yeah, it will. I'm sorry.
She's not inviting you over just for coffee and a talk.
What did I say? I took a girl out on a personal training session on the water the other day, and I said, right now, I am your friend, but I'm not going to be your friend for the next few minutes.
Exactly.
You're not going to like me. So just be prepared. But then afterwards, we were friends again.
People like her like it when you cry.
Sometimes. But,
Debbie, my sister,
it's emotional relief.
my sister always cried, and you just laughed and
I did not laugh. Your sister tickled. She would like,
I know,
her muscles would tickle. She'd be like, I just want to itch myself all over. So it was cute. Okay, magnesium is the next mitochondria tip. If you're not taking magnesium, I want you to start. Okay, there's really not a human. There's really not a human right now that I've met that doesn't benefit in some way from magnesium.
It is good.
And magnesium glycinate specifically is what you should be taking. And if you're a low-key, you know, for the yogis out there, the kapha, like you're low-key, nothing gets to you. Ayurvedic is that kapha body type that's like, I can go right to sleep. I don't have any issues with stress.
God.
They don't need as much magnesium. If you're vata or pitta, vata is that airy like me, like all over the board. I'm spacey, squirrel, like that. Like everything's fast. Okay. I need lots of magnesium because my brain's always constantly going, my body's constantly going, I'm burning through my magnesium stores. If you're high stress or like high leadership, you know, take charge person like a pitta, you're fiery, you need more magnesium. If you're doing work all day like this one does, like she never stops, she never sits down, she needs more magnesium. So while recommendations are usually 400 milligrams, know your type, patient know thyself, and maybe start with, I mean, I even have upwards of 1,200 milligrams a day of magnesium, and I've put her on 1,000. So
I was going to say, if she'll come to your house and just look at these things, say, take this, that helps a lot.
Not magnesium oxide, so check your labels. If you're taking magnesium and you're like, I don't notice any effects, that's because it's probably an oxide. So take a glycinate.
What does the oxide mean? Why is that?
It's just a cheaper form of magnesium. It's the way they process it, and that's why you're able to go to Walmart and buy it for like $3. You get what you pay for, people. Magnesium might cost you about $17 to $20 to $30 if it's a good quality one, okay? But it's worth it because.
But they also have that drink. They also have
calm. Calm
yeah.
drink, and that's why they call it calm. It's your calming mineral. It calms your brain. It calms your muscles. So from spasms, it calms your digestive tract. If you're constipated, that means you're magnesium deficient most likely. And so you need to take a good quality one for that purpose.
We're getting some questions.
Johnny said, I slept in and I'll have to catch up. Okay, good. I hope you did. Thank you, Sarah, for sharing that link too. And Carrie, my Aunt Carrie's watching. I love you. Thanks for watching. So what's next? Where am I at? Oh, sunlight
When
is
are
number
you going to
6.
talk about this?
We're getting to the promo codes.
Sorry.
I've got,
Well, I'm seeing this over here is like.
I know, I've got all this sitting out to remind me, so we are
Okay.
going to get there, I promise. Don't leave me yet, or come back later if you have to leave, because you're not going to want to miss these.
Don't leave me blue.
Sunlight is your next mitochondria solution, so get out in the sunlight at least 10 to 15 minutes a day, even if you have 5 minutes to go out first thing in the morning and look towards the sun, no glasses on, get out and look towards the sun, let the sunlight into the rods and cones of your eyes, okay? If you're sensitive to the sun, that's the reason why you need it all the more. It's because you've let your body become too adapted to the indoor light, and you've become a
You think I have that problem?
No, because you go outside a lot. No, but a lot of people have. Like, they're the ones that go outside and go, oh God. And I'm like, you're becoming a vampire. Like, it's not human nature to not want to be in the sun. I'm sorry to tell you that, but it's not. And I know that there's disorders that make people sensitive to the sun's light, but that's all the more reason to get hydrated and get DHA, because all of that will help heal your body to help you respond better to sunlight, okay? Okay. And I'm not going to go into too much more of that. If you have questions on that, if you do have issues with the sun, then email me, or let's set up a consult, because there are ways to help that. Number 7, finally, for becoming a mitochondriac is reducing blue light, EMF, and plastics. Okay, if you're watching right now, these glasses, the Swanwick Memorial 25, that's your promo code to save 25% on them. And they're going to block all of the blue light that's unnecessary. Then the rest of the day you're out in the sunlight without these on, so you're getting the sun into your eyes, you're telling your skin receptors, hey, let's make vitamin D. Vitamin D makes you feel better. And then it also builds serotonin, which is the precursor to melatonin, so that when you come indoors, you put these on and you keep your melatonin coming up instead of going down from all the blue light exposure that we have right now. Okay, so that's the benefit. The other thing is plastics. If you're drinking out of any plastic container, and really at this point I don't even care if it says BPA free, do not, okay, because they're just swapping out BPA for BPS, and it's the same neurotoxic exogenous estrogen that can do as much damage as the BPA. We need to be drinking out of glass or stainless steel. Okay, so no more plastics. As much as you don't heat your things in the microwave in plastics, don't store them in the refrigerator in plastics. It costs like $18 to go on Amazon and get an all glass Tupperware set. And that way you can store all your leftovers in glass, okay? And as much as you can, try to buy products that do say BPA free if you are buying them in certain packaging. Like I believe Wild Planet, it'll say on here somewhere, no BPA used in the can lining, okay?
That's good.
Yeah, so that's what you want to look for, is a quality company that represents, you know, and even this is plastic, but they put on there, they're pretty proactive. That stevia brand we recommend, about no BPA in the bottles. So.
Chocolate?
Mm-hmm. That's what I brought today.